Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing the timed event. It says it wants me to go to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The description reads, the Lantern Rite has come around once more. What stories will be written in Liyue Harbor this year? But before I go over to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, which is all the way over there are a couple things I want to point out. First of all, I have enough festive fever now to be able to claim this right here. That's all she had to say. Okay. And then there's this right here as well. So that's good. I got the crown, which is always nice. And how I got that was by doing, where is it? This guy's stuff. So let's just look at this very fast just to show what happened. So I completed all of these. And if I go to reward preview, you can see I managed to get at least the first prize in most of them. I even managed to get all three in this particular one right here. I'm not going to bother with any more of those, though, because I don't think I need any more Festive Fever. And aside from that, there's something else I want to do. So what's this about? You can also initiate gift envelope creation yourself and decorate them with various motifs. So this is just to give other people these cards. That's what it's for. Let's see. Dear Aether, I'm not well versed in the writing of gift envelopes, but Master told me that I need only offer the recipient my heartfelt blessings. As I was reading a book that Zhang lent me a few days back, I came across a few lines that I liked very much. So I copied them down to offer to you. Winter wanes, and away drifts the lanterns of spring's inception. The land beneath bathed in a lush green hue. How does one part with such tender sentiments? Fine as silk threads, boundless as the ocean waves. I wish you a happy Lantern Rite, Aether. And that was Shenha's, so interesting. Oh, I can even save the image. I should have done that. I'll do that in a second, though. Most esteemed Aether. This is from Zhenyin, which is Cloud Retainer. That disciple of mine spent 2 whole nights outside, gazing up at the moon, and all for the sake of writing a single gift envelope. When I urged her to drink some tea, she very nearly ended up drinking the ink before her instead. Honestly. In any case, since she has written hers, I too shall write one for you. Word of the tireless struggles and myriad hardships that fill your days has reached one's ears, yet the Lantern Rite has come around once more, so set aside your worldly burdens for a moment and soothe your spirit with a few idle cups of tea. Should any dare to trouble you... whoops, I lost my place. Should any dare to trouble you, come sit before the gate of one's mountain abode. Then we shall see who still has the audacity to disturb your propose. I lost my place because I accidentally got distracted by something that was happening near me. And, not in the game, but... Anyways, so I can save this as well. That's cool. And then there's this right here. So, that's nice. A lot of neat little stuff here. Okay. Aside from that, I can also give gift envelopes to my companions, which I assume will allow me to, raise their, friendship levels. I haven't really concerned myself with that stuff in, forever, so I'm not too worried about it. What's this, though? View the gift envelope. Okay, this is just for making them. Okay. Anyways, that's neat. I'm not going to really bother with that too much, though, at least not on camera. Then there's this. This is the story part of all of this. So I'm still on part 1. And then aside from that, there are still these side activities. I kind of want to do some of these side activities before I go over to the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In particular, I want to get these things out of the way. So the nearest one would be this one right here, the sightseeing scope. Which I think would be just a little bit up the path from where I'm at. So off to the right over here.
Are these lanterns?
Oh. We've already had this conversation,
No,
Paimon.
they're toys.
Anyways, it's all the way up there, so I have to, slowly climb my way up. Now that I think about it, since that reset, you know, that little cutscene with Paimon there, maybe the other one will have reset as well. The one with the coin, the Mora or whatever. Because Paimon did comment on that, but I wasn't recording when that happened. I actually ended up kind of missing it myself as well, due to the fact that I paused the game immediately as soon as it started happening. Where is this thing? Oh, right here. So let's go ahead and take pictures of these guys. You know what? I'll just do that. Why not? And that should be considered done. Yeah, that's the second one of those done. So the next one is where? I keep forgetting exactly where they are. Yeah, the next one is actually just a little ways down, and then the coin one that I saw before, the Mora one, whatever, is somewhere within this area here. Although it's not really listed, is it? Oh, I can actually see some symbols on the map here that indicate those things. And here's a spin crystal. And go ahead and take a picture of whatever this is supposed to be. Okay. Sure, why not? And I think that's all three of those that I need. Because if it is all of those that I need... whoops. Come on. Yeah. And then I have to check out 3 fortune coins. Okay. Maybe there's more of those sightseeing scopes. Because it's saying 3 visited, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's only 3. And I visited 2 fortune coins already. So maybe they're like spread throughout this whole place.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
We'll find out in a second, because there's a fortune coin right down here. Okay, new motif obtained. So you get new motifs as well. The motifs, I think, are related... Oh.
It's huge! And so shiny! Lady Yuhong said they're fortune coins. Go on, give them a rub. It'll bring you good luck.
Yeah, that's a conversation I missed before. I think that the motifs are probably a cutscene triggered. Earlier, just outside the funeral parlor. I think the motifs are related to the gift envelopes thing. And so in other words, Butler on. You'd like to go on without the drums.
Exactly. Since this has come at such a festive time, I'd rather keep things low-key to avoid disturbing the celebrations.
Understood. What about paper effigies for burning? We can do mansions, chariots, boats, or sedan chairs.
Sure, but let's stick with something small. His lordship has never been a fan of ostentation.
In that case, how about an effigy of a silk gown? Something to please the family, but not too over the top. Does that sound alright?
It sounds perfect. You think of everything, Director Who.
Great. And will you be providing your own cinerary casket?
Yes. His lordship had one made 2 years ago, in fact. He sourced an excellent block of gloomwood and had an artisan convert it into a casket. It's currently being stored at the old family house at Yilong Wharf.
Gloomwood is a good choice. Flame-resistant, water-resistant, and insect-resistant. Now, what about the mourning tent and the procession? Did the family say what style they want? We can certainly keep them simple, but I wouldn't recommend foregoing them entirely. You don't want the public speculating about why the Feiyun Commerce Guild couldn't seem to afford a proper funeral.
It's like you read my mind. Master expressed the same concern, but he also said he has full confidence in the Wangshang Funeral Parlor's judgment in this area.
Very well. Then my suggestion for the tent would be sloped roofs. One with a rigid spine, 2 of them curved at the top. 36 seats, no more, no less, and all with fresh silk covers. But not just any silk. They should be decorated with the Feiyun symbols. At the front, we want a moon gate, a grand preceptor armchair, and bamboo railings. Sufficiently grand, but tasteful and measured. Would this be suitable, Butler on?
That sounds ideal. Oh, and we should put some rugs down. Make them tortoiseshell. His lordship is very fond of that color.
That can be arranged. How about the procession?
Master requested no music procession, but 16 pallbearers. Nothing flashy. Plain clothes will do, as long as they're smart and all dressed the same.
And the carriage?
Open sedan chair, please, with 4 pairs of white plaques and 20 pairs of red plaques.
Any ceremonial weaponry and such?
Yes. 2 sets of gold weaponry and 2 sets of soul banners, 4 items per set.
Okay, for the gold weaponry, a 4-piece set would be the mace, battle axe, stirrup, and fist. So 2 each of those. And then we could do 2 clear passage banners, plus 2 each of the flying tiger, flying carp, and flying turtle banners.
That will do nicely.
Alright, last thing. How about the hanging banner in the portrait pavilion?
For the hanging banner, we want an octagonal tube with 8 tassels per corner and a dome of red gauze covering the top. As for the portrait pavilion, we're looking to do one incense pavilion with 2 spare rooms. One is a changing room, the other is a display room, and we'd like a plain white cover over the whole thing.
Did you want that embroidered?
Ah, I knew I missed something. The family neglected to consider that in their sorrow, but it's a minor detail. What would your suggestion be?
Well, the Feian Commerce Guild is a large and prosperous family with 4 generations living under one roof. As the founder of this family, his lordship could not be more blessed. Added to that, he has reached a ripe old age, lived a virtuous life, and is spending his final days in peace and comfort. All in all, he has lived a very complete life. In which case, I'd recommend embroidering a bats of longevity motif and a cranes and deer of youth motif to pass on his good fortune to the next generation.
Excellent! I must say, Director Who, you really understand your clients.
Of course, think nothing of it. Huh? Ah, Miss Baiwen.
Greetings, Director Who. Lady Ningguang has arrived, and she would be most grateful if you could join her at Yujing Terrace.
Wow, that was quick. Alright, I'll head on over in 2 ticks. Butler on, my sincere apologies, but I'm afraid I have another meeting to get to.
Of course. I've taken plenty of your time already. Don't let me keep you.
Fairy, can I leave you to follow up on the funeral arrangements?
Of course, Director. I'll handle it.
The Who family is truly blessed. It seems their directors go from strength to strength with each generation.
I agree. She was born for the job.
Ah, yes, Madam Undertaker. I didn't get the chance to discuss payment with the director.
There's no rush. I gathered from your conversation that the situation is still unfolding. This was just an initial meeting, so that we can make advanced preparations, yes?
That's right. Master asked me to come a few days ahead of time so that things aren't rushed at the last minute. On that note, please do keep everything strictly confidential for now. No public announcements.
Of course. You have my word.
Thanks. Could I trouble you for a pro forma invoice? Easier for the family to review that way.
I'll get that to you in due course. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
We arrived a little bit late.
Hey, Fairy! We're looking for Hu Tao. Is she here? You just missed her, unfortunately. She's attending a meeting elsewhere.
Oh. Any idea when she'll be back?
She didn't say, but she only left a moment ago. She could be some time. If it's anything urgent, I'd be happy to take a message for you, and I'll relay it to her as soon as she returns.
Oh, no, it's nothing urgent.
If you'd prefer to speak with her directly, you can always wait till she's free.
Well, this sucks. Paimon thought Hu Tao would be done with work by now. I guess she's got more on her plate than we realized. Well, there's not much point in hanging around here. Why don't we go eat and come back later? Paimon is getting a little hungry. But shouldn't we wait for Hu Tao? It sounded like she's gonna be a while. Besides, I can always fire up the stove again when she's back. Okay, sounds good. Madam Lan, you must be getting hungry too, right? You should come with us. Madam Lan?
Oh, sorry. I spaced out. Whatever works for you.
Alright, Fairy, we'll head off then. Can you let Hu Tao know where we are when she gets back?
Sure. Take care, everyone.
Hmm.
Butler Ann?
Ma'am, do you happen to know who that young lady with the black hair is?
I haven't met her before, but that silver swallow hairpiece makes me wonder if she's from Chenyu Vale.
Chenyu Vale?
Something the matter?
Well, it's just... So the other day, when I was out shopping, I ran into her and Master. They were chatting away, and I noticed that she showed him a very peculiar-looking rattan figure. Later that day, as I was moving his lordship to a more comfortable bedroom, I saw something underneath his bed. And would you know it, it was that same rattan figure.
Okay.
There was some kind of spell written on it. It was icy cold to the touch and made the whole room chilly. The whole thing seems very sinister.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Are you suggesting that there could be unnatural causes behind his lordship's condition? Well, I've heard they practice Chi-Man magic in Chenyu Vale. Pendhead fortune conveyance, fate transference, and the like.
The last thing I want to do is start suspecting anyone, but... with his lordship bedridden and Master urging me to start discussing funeral arrangements, I can't help but think. Sorry. Look at me rambling away. I'm sure I'm just being paranoid. Please forget I said anything, and certainly don't repeat this to anyone else.
You shouldn't have said anything if you didn't want to repeat it to anybody, but okay.
Don't worry, Butler Anne. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor understands the importance of discretion. Client confidentiality is paramount.
Now, obviously, she didn't really do anything to harm the guy, right? That's just them trying to create some drama for this story. So, I'm going to go and get the coin that's all the way up there now, because the cutscene kind of interrupted me. But, some of these I'm not sure if I really even need to get. But since it did say that I get motifs whenever I interact with them, I'm thinking that I might want to get as many of them as I can. Just because, although at that time it didn't seem to say I got a motif. Let me see about this one right here. Okay, it's saying that I visited 5 of them. Let's just take a quick peek at any prizes that I could have gotten for having done what I just did. So 3 of them right there. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's anything else I can get from messing with those. That said, I will still go all the way over here and interact with that. I may end up getting all the coins and stuff off camera. It's been a while since I've actually like run around Liyue. At least in this manner, you know, where I'm like deliberately looking for stuff. So that's kind of an interesting idea that they came up with. You know, hiding stuff throughout the place. And that's 3 of those visited. It just has it listed as done on the thing. Now, was there anything to do with this? I don't think so. I'm not seeing any symbols that I haven't completed. So I guess I may as well move on to the story, right? So it's Eula.
This should be enough.
Eula, this gift envelope is for you. Oh, interesting. I haven't actually made a gift envelope for her, though. Design a new gift envelope? So, this is interesting that you can do this. Let's now leave and give her that particular one. Is this the one I just made? Yeah, gift it. Gift envelope contains motifs that can only be used as gifts for friends. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I just wasted all that time. Well, let's try this again. And save that. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know what will. So let's try that one. Nope. I'm just going to look this up and try to mess with this later, because I don't know what to do. That's unfortunate. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to One Mean Restaurant now.
Dad, I brought some friends over. I'm cooking today. Dad? Dad!
Over here, Xiangling.
Oh, there he is. He's over at Timaeus? What's wrong with him?
That scent.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. A few days ago, he said he wanted to come and spend the festival with me, but he started to feel unwell as soon as he arrived last night, and now he's gone and passed out. I think maybe the journey took it out of him, or perhaps he caught a cold on the way. Anyway, I was about to take him to Boo Boo Pharmacy to see the doctor, so I asked Chef Mao to watch the store while I'm gone.
Wait, you weren't gonna carry him all that way by yourself, were you? Let us help.
I couldn't possibly ask that of you.
Don't mention it. Let's just get him to the doctor.
If you're sure. I'm very grateful for the help.
Why don't I watch the store? As it happens, I know a thing or two about perfume.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, this is Madame Lan Yen, a craftswoman from Chenyu Vale. You can trust her.
Oh, a friend of yours then. Thank you, Madame Lan Yen. That would be a huge help.
Xiangling, I guess that means we're free to head back. Let's get cooking so the troops can feast on their triumphant return.
Great minds think alike, Dad. Go on, get Timaeus to Boo Boo Pharmacy. And don't forget to come eat when you're done.
Thank you all.
Okay, so are they taking us over there automatically? I think they are. Meanwhile, you bring Timaeus to Boo Boo Pharmacy, where Baizhu takes him to the back room for examination. You were surprised to see two other familiar faces there. Oh, these two. Aether, Paimon, it's been a long time. Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite, Xingqiu, and Changyan. Xingqiu? I think that's how you say it. Thank you. Here's hoping it will be.
What do you mean by that? Oh no, did you get sick too?
No, not me. Xingqiu. It's alright. These are our dear friends. The truth need be hidden from them. It's my great-grandfather. A few days ago, he didn't have the strength to get out of bed, and now he slipped into a coma.
Oh no! Sorry to hear that. That sounds really serious.
It's not looking good. We've had several doctors come and see him, but none of them could tell what was wrong, and all left without even writing a prescription.
None of them could figure out what it was? That seems strange.
Well, he is over 100 years old now. It's just, we're struggling to come to terms with it. Our butler came to see me a few days ago, insisting that great-grandfather has been cursed. He urged me to get an exorcist involved. So I went to take a look, and inside his lordship's room, there was definitely a strange chill in the air. But I'm confident it's not caused by evil spirits. Then what is it? Well, this is just a theory, but I think that... It's fine, you can say. It's Fetter of Death, a sign that death is near.
Oh no. Xingqiu, this must be so hard for you.
Thank you, I'll be okay. Honestly, my father and grandfather are the hardest hit by it, but we're as prepared as we can be under the circumstances. So he must be the same... You know, his great-grandfather must be the same person that butler on guy was preparing, like, the funeral for and stuff, right? I believe my brother's already contacted the funeral parlor, and I'm here to see if Dr. Baizhu can help. My father and grandfather are at home fasting and praying.
Feeling any better?
Much better. I feel fit as a fiddle. I'm sure this is all because I forgot to eat breakfast.
It's fit as a fiddle, dear. As in the instrument, not the finger twitching.
Wait a second. What did he say? Fit as a twiddle. Oh. I automatically said fit as a fiddle. But anyways.
It's nothing serious. Probably just exhaustion from the long journey. Then not resting properly afterwards.
It's all my fault.
I'm prescribing a nutritious soup to be taken every night before bed. Here's the recipe. That should sort him out. But if his symptoms persist, make sure to come and see me again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu.
Looks like Timaeus is gonna be alright. That's a relief.
Yanger says you helped bring me here. Thank you ever so much. Don't mention it.
Yingar, you should probably get this guy back right away. Baiju says he needs to rest.
Agreed. Plus, I shouldn't keep Madame Lanyan waiting too long. Drop by later when you've got a second, so I can thank you both properly.
Dr. Baiju.
Ah, Master Xingqiu. I won't beat around the bush. The situation is looking a little more complicated than I'd initially thought.
What do you mean? Baishu wasn't speaking the whole truth just now. Timaeus' situation is exceptionally strange, and strikingly similar to his lordship's condition. Wait, so Timaeus has the same illness as my great-grandfather?
It would appear so, although it's debatable whether it is an illness per se. The truth is, they are both aging at an accelerated rate.
Well, that really is weird. What, really?
Yes, significantly faster than the average person. But so far, I have not managed to determine the cause.
Not only does it mystify Baiju, even I've never witnessed such a malady, unless, of course, it was so long ago that I have since forgotten. Timaeus is in the prime of his life, so a little extra exhaustion is nothing dangerous, but his lordship is so advanced in years already. That's terrible. So something is surreptitiously cutting years off their lives?
Cutting years off their lives? What a turn of phrase. That sounds horrible.
Well, I mean, Lan Yen is got some explaining to do, but I don't really think that she's actually the one causing it. Baishu even tried using the secret art on Timaeus earlier, but it was useless. This is a most stubborn disease. So I'm thinking that Lan Yen somehow knows what's causing it, but she hasn't actually said anything yet. That's why I'm saying she has some explaining to do.
There are a few other remedies I can try, even if it's just trial and error at this point. This morning I sent Chi-Chi to Mount Qingsa to look for a certain herb. There's still a chance we might turn things around if we're lucky. Oh, and speaking of Qingsa, has his lordship been there recently, Master Xingqiu?
To Qingshi Village, you mean? Yes, we visit there every year during the Lantern Rite to run a clinic. But this year, before the clinic had even started, they sent someone all the way here to ask for medical advice. The situation seems urgent.
And then the patient from Mondstadt, who I just saw, tells me he stopped off in Qingsa Village during his journey. I can't help but wonder if there's some connection.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe great-grandfather visited some friends in Qingshi Village not too long ago. My father went with them. Aha, just as we suspected. What is it? I've heard the rumors about a god's remains in Qingshi. Is that what's causing this? God's remains? Which one? Well, firstly, I read about this in a book I bought from a street vendor, so it's not the most credible source. But the book told of a hidden place in the Qingshi mountain range called the Hidden Palace of Zhou Formula. It is enchanted with the 7 and 8 gates method, with which it suppresses countless evil spirits, the most revered of them being a god known as Tao Do.
Wait, so Tao Du's remains?
Do.
That's what's causing this mystery illness?
Tao Do, I have to remember that pronunciation.
Not to steal anyone's thunder, but while I do suspect a connection with Qingshi Village, I highly doubt that god remains are the cause.
That's right, the slightest trace of god remains, and Baishu and I would surely have sensed them.
Good point. Then what could be the true cause?
Master Xingqiu, I will head to Qingshi Village to investigate further after Chi-Chi returns. Hopefully, I will have more answers after that.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah, we're pros at gathering stuff. Just tell us where to go and we'll track down those herbs, no problem.
I am most grateful for the offer. I'll be sure to let you know if I need your assistance.
Thank you for everything, Dr. Baiju.
Merely doing my duty.
Well, you take care of yourself too, Baiju.
Don't worry about me. I'm keenly aware of my limits.
Aether, Paimon, it was good to see you, but now I must return home and relay Dr. Baiju's words to my family. I'll come with you. I want to take another look at his lordship's room. Very well. Bye, everyone, and don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. In all honesty, I've never been as close with my great-grandfather as my father and grandfather. Given his age, he already wasn't speaking much by the time I was around.
Hey, come on now. We get that you don't want us to worry, but there's no need to downplay it, alright? We should be supporting you here, not the other way around.
Paimon's a lot smarter than I remember. I guess it's been a long time since we last met.
Hey! Paimon's always been smart.
Haha. You know, recently, a phrase that Hu Tao always says has been on my mind a lot. Live in life, die in death. But she must be exceptionally busy these days, as I've barely seen her at all. So how about we all go for a meal together in a few days' time, when everything's calmed down? Sounds great. I'm free whenever. Then it's decided. I'll see you in a few days.
Even though Baiju ruled out God remains as the cause, Paimon still wants to get to the bottom of this Tao Du business. Oh, it's a shame Kuching had to disappear before she could tell us more.
Lanyan seems quite knowledgeable about it too.
True. Then let's head back and ask her. Come on, Xiangling's waiting on us too.
Uh-huh. Let's talk to him.
Something else I can help you with?
About the god remains in Mount Chingsa. Still musing about that, I suppose you're remembering the events with Zhongli and Zhongliang from last time? It did cross our minds as well. At the time, we assumed the god remains in question were the Chi blood, but hearing what Master Xingqiu had to say has us second-guessing ourselves. Perhaps it wasn't the Chi after all, but Tao Do.
Either way,
Tao
there's
Do.
no trace of any god remains on his lordship or Timaeus. There has to be another explanation for their symptoms.
Yes, we'll just have to wait until Chi-Chi comes back. Okay. Interesting. New mail. What's this about? Oh, all this stuff. May as well claim all that very fast. Got some Prima Gems. I noticed that before, so... Anything else around here that I can, do? Any people to talk to? I was just making sure there wasn't anybody hidden behind there. So now it wants me to go all the way over there. I'm gonna kind of run a little bit through the city, though. Just in case I happen to see anybody else. I should have marked where, Eula was, but I know the general location of where she was anyways. Oh, there's a character right there. Right across, from us. I forgot her name. Chiori, I think, is her name? Let's go just say hi to her very fast. Hello, Chiori.
The design of this lantern is exquisite. Definitely worth the trip.
Chiori, this gift envelope is for you. So yeah, we can
Take care.
give them, the gift envelope. So I should leave a mark right here for later. I'll leave a fishhook. There. That's distinctive enough, right? Found another one of these while I was running around, so may as well get it. And another right here. And here's Zhongling and Chef Mao.
What's on the menu, Xiangling?
I'm thinking my latest creation. You know the one. Drunken plums and snow.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder... It wasn't on this street, right? It was on this next street over where, Eula was? Yeah, right here. So I may as well mark that on the map, too, with a little fish hook. If it'll let me. Okay, it will. And another one right here. Still looking around for characters before I go over to where the, story wants me to go. And here's Tainari. What should I get? See you later, then. Bye, I'm going to look for Sino. Let's hope he's not feeling too inspired today, so Sino's somewhere around here too. Maybe. At least according to what he's saying. It seems like he will be. And another one of these fortune coins have been visited. I haven't really noticed any other fortune coins. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue the story now. I also didn't find any other people, but it's possible that they're just really well hidden.
Ah, you're back. Thanks again for helping me get Timaeus to the doctor. Please, take this Mora as a small token of our gratitude.
You shouldn't have. I barely lifted a finger. Well, that's gotta be an understatement. I doubt you carried me all the way to Boo Boo Pharmacy by one finger. Honorary Knight, I can't thank you enough. Please, let us give you something for your efforts.
Paimon thinks you're misunderstanding what that phrase means, but okay.
You'll have to excuse him. I think his efforts to learn the local dialect have fried the language part of his brain.
Alright, well, no more studying for you. Go get some rest. Doctor's orders. And if you take a turn for the worse, get back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away.
By the way, where did Lanyan go?
Ah, yes. I almost forgot to mention. She said she went to catch up with Director Hu. She told me to pass on the message.
Wait, so she left?
Huh. Yinger, I'd like 3... Oh, what's this? Is Scent of Spring under new management?
Perish the thought. Miss Yingar had to run an errand, so I'm just watching the shop until she gets back.
Aha, I see. Well, Miss Temporary New Management, could I trouble you for 3 boxes of red dust under the rolling clouds? Or red dust under rolling clouds,
Red
rather.
dust under rolling clouds. I think that rings a bell. Not a scent the average young lady would choose, though.
Correct. So you probably won't find it on the shelves. More likely hidden in a corner at the back somewhere. Would you mind digging it out?
Not at all. One moment. Here. Is this what you're looking for? If I'm not mistaken, it's used exclusively for ritual purposes.
Oh, a lady of culture, I see. That is not common knowledge.
Let me wrap this up for you.
Wait, I see it now. You're from the land lineage of Chenyu Vale, aren't you?
Huh? How can you tell?
Your hairpiece. It's a jade plumed silver wing. One of the 3 immortals of Tao Du, whatever. Hee. Am I right or am I right?
How did... Sorry, who are you?
Hee. Let's just say I'm a fellow lady of culture. But alas, I'm in a rush today, so I'll have to say goodbye for now. I hope we meet again soon, Miss Temporary New Management.
Huh?
Why didn't she learn her name?
Grandpa was right. Liyue Harbor is full of hidden talents. I would never have expected the average perfume customer to be so knowledgeable.
Director Hu, I gotta say, that outfit looks really good on you.
Why, thank you, Miss Yeager. I was just procuring some perfume from your fine establishment. Your temporary replacement provided a magnificent service.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Wait, Director Hu?
Hey, we're back. Thanks for watching the store, Madame Lan.
Miss Yingar, that person you spoke to just now. Who was that?
Hu Tao. Director Hu Tao of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Huh? But I thought she wore the funeral parlor uniform. With the Harmony hexagram hat?
I guess she just changed into something more festive for the festival.
Shoot! I was face to face with her. And I had no idea. Sorry, Miss Yingar. Something's come up. Please let the others know I had to leave.
Huh? What could possibly be so urgent?
And then she just ran off after Hu Tao. Weird.
Maybe she'll be at the funeral parlor.
Are you going to look for her? If so, could you take this with you? I just found it in the store.
What the?
Huh? Wait, isn't this one of those rattan figures?
Whatever it is, we don't sell them. So I'm guessing Madame Lan left it here by accident.
Yeah, well, she definitely makes these. Although, this one's pretty different from the one she made for the street fair. Plus, it has a sigil on it for some reason.
Not the kind of thing you see every day, that's for sure. It could be important, so if it does belong to Madame Lan, I'd like to get it back to her as soon as possible.
Well, then let's head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor again. Whatever it's for, the sooner she gets it back, the better.
Yeah, that thing's weird. Talk to these two again.
You are gonna concentrate on resting and recovering for the next few days. You hear?
Yes, ma'am. What the lady wants, the lady gets.
Now there's a turn of phrase I could get used to.
Okay. So now I have to go over to the Wangsheng funeral parlor, which is just across the bridge over here.
Hey, Miss Undertaker! Are Hu Tao and Madame Lan back yet?
Sorry, I'm afraid not.
Really? How strange. They were definitely heading this way. Maybe Hu Tao had another appointment. Any idea where we might find them?
If it was anything business related, I expect the director would have let me know. I was aware she had a meeting earlier today, for instance. But she doesn't keep me informed about her private affairs.
So, you're saying Hu Tao is dealing with a private matter.
It's possible. The director seems to have had a lot on her mind lately. In the past, she'd usually show up to work in the mid-morning. But recently, she's been getting here before the sun's up. She said she's had trouble sleeping and has been dreaming more than usual.
Trouble sleeping? Are we talking about the same Hu Tao here? That doesn't sound like her at all.
You might want to talk to our consultant, Zhongli. He's closer to her than I am.
Oh, good idea. How did we not think of that? So, where could we find him? Probably sipping tea somewhere, right?
He's just across the road on the second floor, watching an opera. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Paimon here's singing! Seems like Zhongli is the only one taking it easy today. Let's go say hi.
Okay. We shall do just that. Remarkable, Miss Yan. You have breathed fresh life into an old classic, and I dare say surpassed the original. You flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. I'm just glad my voice held out. I am a little out of practice.
Nonsense, Miss Yoon. You were as stunning as ever. And if that was you out of practice, well, the official Lantern Rite performance is sure to be truly sensational.
Hey Zhongli! Hey Yunjin! How's it going?
Wow, Aether and Paimon, what a lovely surprise. It's been too long, old friends. Are you here for the opera?
Oh dear, what a pity. I'm afraid you just missed today's performance. And Miss Yoon needs to rest her voice now, or she'll strain it.
Hehe, it's okay, Tea Master Liu. These two are good friends of mine. If you'd like to hear me sing, a few more minutes won't do me any harm.
Aw, thanks Yunjin. But hopefully you don't think we came here just to show up late and demand a private performance.
Oh, of course not. Heh. I'm guessing you're here for Mr. Zhongli then. Oh, and how might I be of assistance?
Okay, so a friend of ours left something behind at a shop. We're trying to return it to her, and all we know is she's probably with Hu Tao. Any idea where Hu Tao might be?
The director is a free spirit who roams far and wide. She could be most anywhere.
Oh, great. Well, this is just fantastic.
Is it something important? The thing she left behind, I mean.
That's the thing. We don't know what it's for, but we want to get it back to her as soon as possible just in case she really needs it.
Show the rattan figure. Is it rattan or rattan?
Oh, goodness! That's what you're trying to get back to her? But isn't that a pentad rattan?
Rattan. Pentad rattan. So you recognize this?
Haven't you heard? The word on the street is that the patriarch of the Feiyun Commerce Guild has fallen gravely ill. They say his family found an ominous-looking rattan figure in his bedroom, and there was a pentad fortune conveyance talisman on it.
So that Butler On guy's been going around telling everybody, hasn't he?
That cursed thing must have been put there to steal his good fortune. It's destroying his health, wealth, and every other good thing in his life. And based on the description, your rattan figure looks suspiciously similar. It could even be the one that... get it away from me. I don't want that thing anywhere near me.
Okay, Zhongli, set the story straight.
Relax, it's fine. This one definitely belongs to Madame Lan. Besides, we've had it on us this whole time and nothing bad's happened to us yet.
Madame Lan? You mean from the Chenyu Vale Artisans Association?
Oh, now that would explain a lot. The Lans of Chenyu Vale practice Chi-Men magic. This Pentad fortune conveyance business would be right up their alley. This leaves only one question unanswered. Namely, why would the Lans of Chenyu Vale have a bone to pick with the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
What? Will you listen to yourself? You can't seriously believe all that. You'd sooner convince Paimon that Rex Lapis was a slime.
Heh. The latter is certainly the more compelling theory. Master Liu, you appear to have been misinformed by these rumors, and also failed to notice the Guyan sigil on this particular rattan figure.
Oh?
Rattan figure.
Please enlighten me, Mr. Zhongli.
This is a sign of Vice Ravana, one of the 4 main exorcism sigils, a most upstanding and auspicious sign, by no means cursed. As a matter of fact, a series of fortune coins bearing the exorcism sigils recently entered circulation in Liyue Harbor. I'm somewhat surprised that you didn't recognize it, Master Liu.
Oh, yes, of course, I remember now. Thank you for jogging my memory, Mr. Zhongli. I am humbled by your superior erudition.
This makes way more sense than Madame Lan going around trying to curse people to death.
I guess the rattan figure they found in his lordship's room must have been put there by someone in his family to bring good luck.
In that case, there's a good chance Madame Lan also purposely left this behind to keep Timea safe and well.
In all likelihood, yes.
Guess we don't need to find her so urgently after all. We were just worried that losing this might have ruined her plans. But that said, what did she need Hu Tao for anyway? And what is Hu Tao up to that's keeping her so busy? Paimon has a bad feeling about it for some reason.
Any ideas, Zhongli? The director's mind is a labyrinth I could not hope to comprehend, Ogagri. She probably has more things she has to think about than the rest of us combined.
Are any of those thoughts the kind that might keep someone up at night?
She has never mentioned that. But as the director of the Wangcheng Funeral Parlor, she has a solemn duty to balance the forces of life and death in Liyue. I would be surprised, and even a little unsettled, if she were truly as carefree as she appears. I agree. I've known Hu Tao for a while now, and for all her eccentricities, she takes pride in what she does. As her friends, we should just be there for her when she needs us. Indeed, the director's competence is the only reason I can afford to sit here enjoying a fine cup of tea and listening to the opera.
Having a competent boss isn't an excuse to slack off, you know.
Haha, I think Mr. Zhongli just means that you should have faith in Hu Tao. There's no need to worry about her so much.
Fair point. Somehow seeing how calm Zhongli is about the whole thing does make Paimon feel much more at ease.
You two ought to be out enjoying the festivities. The Lantern Rite only comes once a year, so make the most of it. If you're still worried, here, take this. What is it? A fortune coin. It has recently become customary to give them as gifts, so in the spirit of the season, this is my gift to you.
Wow! Zhongli actually left the house with cash? Now this is a Lantern Rite to remember.
Well, it's not actual cash, right?
Goodness gracious.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
Mr. Zhongli, that looks like a very special coin you have there. Is that one of the fabled Rex coins?
Rex coin?
Yes. Look at the design on the face. It's quite different from the typical coins you see in circulation. It appears to be a symbol of Rex Lapis. There's no doubt about it. This is a Rex coin, which means it once passed through the hands of the Lord of Geo himself.
This is simply a curio I picked up from a street vendor, Master Liu. Almost certainly a replica. but I can introduce you to the vendor if you were interested. And Paimon's like, yeah, I don't buy it, because she already knows who he is.
So it's just a souvenir then? I assumed it was a family heirloom of great value.
Haha, Aether, please take this. May it bring you comfort when your mind is troubled.
So it's an anti-anxiety coin? How is that supposed to work?
Ah, well, even if the coin itself is a replica, the symbol of Rex Lapis is still genuine. And if the symbol is real, so are its effects. So as long as you have this coin, Rex Lapis will always be with you. Mr. Zhongli, would you mind showing me to the vendor from whom you acquired this coin? I wouldn't mind procuring a little of the Lord of Geo's good fortune for myself.
Very well. The walk will do me good. Friends, may we meet again soon. By the way, I'll be performing the sanctification of Taudu on the day of the Lantern Rite. That's the one I was just practicing earlier. It's only a few days away now. I'd be honored if you could come and support me.
Oh, that's what you were singing just now? Paimon definitely wants to hear the full thing. We'll be there. We were actually learning about the 8 Adepts earlier, but we never found out who the 3 Beasts of Taudu were.
Oh, really? Well, for starters, the 3 Beasts of Taudu are also known as the 3 Immortals of Taudu. They were the lone butterfly of the Crimson Flame, the jade-plumed Silver Wing, and the gold-eyed Celadon Mare. 3 auspicious beasts, all with the power to take on human form. Interesting.
Oh, so they really weren't human, huh? The lone butterfly sounds pretty self-explanatory, but what about the Silverwing and Celadon Mare? What kind of creatures were they?
Silverwing was a swallow, and the Celadon Mare was a white horse. Legend holds that after purifying Taudu, Silverwing and Windreader, went wandering together, but the white horse retreated into seclusion. Have you ever read Moonlit Bamboo Forest? That story mentions a white horse that roamed the Chingsa mountain range. A lot of people think she was the gold-eyed Celadon Mare.
Oh, cool! So, what about the butterfly? What did they get up to?
The lone butterfly gave her life during the purification spell. She was the only one of the 8 to sacrifice herself in this way. Even though the 8 had remarkable powers, purifying a god of Taudu's caliber was no mean feat. They had to resort to a secret art called the 7 and 8 Gates Array. The method involves obfuscating one of the gates so that the evil can't escape. The lone butterfly was in charge of the gate that was chosen to be obfuscated, and so she disappeared from the world in the process.
Oh, that's so tragic.
But all was not lost. According to legend, old man Wu Wang, another one of the 8 who looked up to her a lot, took up her mantle and kept her legacy alive.
Interesting. Huh. And then, he taught that to the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, right? Didn't they train under him?
Exactly. That's where it feels like fate came into play. After giving her life to restore order to the realm of the dead, some chance meetings ensured that future generations continued using her methods to guard the border between life and death. So, although she herself disappeared from the world, her mission to protect Liyue is still alive and well, thousands of years on. Anyway, that's basically the whole story of how the 8 Adepts purified Taudu.
Now we finally have names for the full roster. Thanks, Yunjin.
My pleasure. I haven't performed this opera in a long time, so I still have a fair bit of brushing up to do before I'm ready. Don't practice too much or you'll tire your voice out. Heh, thanks. I appreciate it. See you around. There's Xiangling, of course. I noticed her as she was walking up the stairs. I just didn't comment on it.
Hey, guys! Are you finally done? I've been waiting forever! Huh? Oh, Xiangling, what are you doing here? Tracking you guys down, obviously. You really made me work for it, too. It's honestly a little rich that you're out here telling everyone else to take care of themselves and keep a good work-life balance when you are apparently too busy to eat. Keep this up, and I'll have to drag you to the dinner table and force feed you my delicious cooking against your will. Here we are. I present to you Chef Zhongling's newest creation, Drunken Plums in Snow. You must be starving, surely. Go on, dig in. Wow, this is so nice of you, Xiangling. Paimon hadn't noticed how hungry she had gotten, but smelling that food is making Paimon ravenous.
Isn't Paimon always hungry?
Sounds like you have a tough life, hey Paimon? Sometimes you feast, but sometimes the traveler lets you go hungry. You should ditch the traveler and hang with me from now on. You'll never go hungry again. Ooh, now that is a tempting offer.
At least I've never charged you for a single meal. Enjoy watching her eat your whole business into oblivion. Yeah.
That may be true, but you also pretty much never feed Paimon on time. I was only kidding. I know Paimon loves to eat, but I think it'd take more than food to pry her away from your side. Anyway, enough about that. Time for you guys to eat. Whatever your plans are after this, they'll go much better on a full stomach.
Okay, so the first part of the story for this timed event is done. Is Zhongling still here? No? Okay. So they want us to wait till 2 days later, but this is actually where I'm going to be ending the video for now. So thank you very much for watching. The next time I play, I will be continuing the story. I don't quite know what's... Oh, this is what it's telling me, okay. Yeah, that updated. And hopefully I make a fair bit of progress the next time on the story. As far as the characters that I've been leaving fishhooks for on the map, you know, like Eula and stuff, I'm going to look into that eventually to find out what that is. But depending on what it is, I may end up doing it off camera. So, we'll see. And I may actually not do it at all. Who knows? But, anyways, yeah, thanks again. See you next time, and bye-bye.